his life. Had a dream of shocking the world with his skills and a mic. Tried to make his parents listen, but it was always a fight. Never wanted to see his natural skill when he writes, so he took off to a place where he could bloom and blossom. Those small town walls left little room for caution, but he never stopped to think what this city might cost him. But if he played his cards right, then nothing could stop him. He set out to Vancouver, started chasing his dreams. He booked a few shows and started playing his scene. Started getting some exposure cause his flow was so clean. So he figured he owed himself a little treat for his green. Didn't get out of control until he met that lady. She promised him the fame and the golden Mercedes. She showed him how to get lit and the meaning of a binge. Started living his life at the end of a syringe. Ended up on Hastings, spent all his savings. Had a moral dilemma, but that'd satisfy his cravings. Didn't have a home cause his life was unstable. Now how could a guy find him and sign him to his label? He wanted to begin a search but didn't know where to start. He searched in the alleys and the bars and all the parks. He finally found his man, but 30 seconds too late. Found him laying dead with a hole in his face.
How could you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.
It's a lot of the same shit, a similar language. A struggle to fight for whatever the price tag is. Honest, I hope they thought she might make it, but she lost that battle in a hospital blanket. Same day, halfway around this cold world, a child of age 8 caught by a bullet wound. Stopped by the crosshairs aimed in his living room. Hardship shut a click when the lens zoomed. Noon hit back home in the northwest. Same tale, new day, youth in a blue vest. Kid like you
with a past like me,
a mess. Had a choice between life and death, and if he still had a breath, may God be his witness. He'd rewrite that story in a motherfucking instant. Should've stayed persistent, kept that promise. Could've made a difference and helped somebody, but he stumbled home after hitting the club scene. Caught up with the wrong crowd, fighting for nothing. Got a little too cocky with the liquor in his system. Started with a fist and the gang up against him. Mistakes we make, the same damn story. If we break and holler, we're in the same category. This is what it sounds like, listen to the beat. Move to the rhythm, just don't try and tell me.
How could you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. 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 Touch, if you will, my stomach. Feel how it trembles inside. You've got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you, even doves have pride. How could you just leave me standing? Leave me standing alone in a world that's so alone in a world so. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you're just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Never satisfied. Why do we scream at each other? Oh, why? This is what it sounds like when doves cry. How could you just leave me standing?